Hey guys, so I'm riding my bareback pad today, and the reason being is because I'm finding that in the saddle I have this thing where I actually lean to the left, and so when I'm on the bareback pad, I notice that I cannot necessarily lean to the left, and if I do lean to the left, I catch myself because I'm unbalanced and I can feel myself sitting here leaning and turning. So bareback pad is actually helping me with that. And another thing I noticed is when I'm sitting in my car, I also do this thing where I'm driving where I'm like kind of slouched down. So I'm working on keeping my body straight and not slouching when I'm sitting. So this is one way that I'm fixing my riding. I'm going to bridle them up and we'll be back in a minute. All right, so now I'm going to start getting ready, and then you're going to see a time lapse of me putting on the bridle and all that stuff. All right, so first I'm going to start out my walking, my little warm up first, getting him acclimated. I got to tell you guys, I absolutely love this bareback pad I'm using. I got it off of Etsy. You cannot find them on there anymore, but if you go and Google it, you can actually find them online. There is a distributor who makes them. And why I like these bareback pads is because it's wool on the bottom, and which touches the horse, and on the top is suede. So what's nice about it is it keeps you on the horse if they're going to move, obviously. And then I use a fuzzy dressage girth, and the only reason why I use a fuzzy dressage girth is because he actually takes a pony girth, so I needed something a little smaller. And the billets are really, really long. And the other nice part about this saddle pad is you can choose either you're going to have Western billets or English billets, and use a cinch versus, like I said, an English girth. And also you have the on each side you have rings here, so you can also put a breastplate on. And the next thing I absolutely love about this is I only use this bareback pad on Tink, so it actually molds to his body. Versus other bareback pads that I have used. Most of them just have like some sort of like fuzzy material underneath it, and it slips and everything, and it doesn't really mold. Just gonna kick him, keep him going. This one actually has, like I said, a really nice material to it, and it holds, and it actually works with your horse where it is sitting there and it's hugging them. I bought another one just in case. I plan on eventually getting another horse, and I didn't know if this company is still going to be around. So I bought another one to fit another horse because it only fits Tink. What's going on? He can be a little pain in the ass when there's bugs outside. I did spray him. See, he's very bug sensitive. I have to actually have a fly sheet on him all the time. And the reason being is because his tail is docked because for showing. So he has no movement in it. And that is actually illegal to do to horses, but they still do. I got him like that. So that's why he is so fly sensitive. I think, just having that done to him, and also like, not being able to protect yourself and whip around your tail, kind of gives him a disadvantage. But I'm going to walk him both directions. That was a nice little release I just had there where he shook his head. That was good. Nice little release. I'm going to walk around both directions, and I'll start the trot. But as you can see, getting back to this whole point of this video is how I can keep myself centered on this pad and notice when I'm like dropping off to one side versus another, which is a really great tool if you're having issues in the saddle. Also, it helps with balance. It helps with you, really connecting with your horse on a different level versus just the saddle pad. And of course, the saddle, which we all know that no matter what saddle you get, it doesn't fit that good. It doesn't fit. I mean, I've tried so many saddles. I don't care what you say. Whatever saddle you buy is always hurting your horse. They don't fit great. They always have to be monitored that they are fitting your horse, because some saddles may be fitting for 6 months and then your horse gains weight or they lose weight. Sorry, trying to get him going. There's something over there that he's avoiding, so we're just going to go around to the other side of the ring, and then we're going to come back around again. So saddles can be kind of challenging, and whether you find a pad that fits underneath, whether you find a half pad that works, there are so many things that you can do to make it fit better. But as saddles honestly can cause a lot of pain. So a bareback pad is also a great thing to use besides the saddle, because obviously it's going to be a little bit harder on you as the rider. Stop. Sorry, I'm going to have to give him a correction. Stop. He's a little tough to ride at times, and I really have to manhandle him, I guess you could say. Stop. I don't mean to, but at times he just doesn't want to go. But yeah, so bareback pads are actually much, much better for your horses versus a saddle. Like I said, because fitting wise, they fit much better and they're really contouring your horse. So I actually love bareback pads. And you got to consider all their muscles. Where are they tight? And the one muscle that I like to concentrate on when I'm doing like some sort of therapy is, of course, the withers. Stop. What is the problem over here? Now we're gonna have to sit here and look at it. Stop. Let's go. Stop. So the one muscle that gets pretty tight from the saddle is the latissimus dorsi, which we can find that actually is connected on. It's where the saddle area goes. It's also connected to the trapezius, and then we also have the brachiocephalus muscle. We also have the rhomboids and the trapezius. Like, that's all part of the neck and the wither and the saddle area. And then underneath the girth area, we also have a very sensitive muscle. I can't think of the name right now, but that also can be affected. So if you're doing therapy, it's important to concentrate on those areas. Also the head and the neck, other areas. And sometimes we have to really make sure that our saddle fitting, our tack fitting, everything fits correctly. All right, I'm going to start and pick up a trot, since I did walk in both directions like I like to do. He does not like to track left because he is right-handed. So he does not prefer that. So that's why he's giving me so much trouble. And honestly, I normally do a lot of groundwork before I work with him. So that might be an idea if you have a stubborn horse like I do at times. I would suggest get your saddle on, get your bridle on, and do some groundwork with them. Bring the lunge line out. That'll help tremendously. Groundwork always works to sit here and to make sure that he's listening. I just didn't have time today. I kind of wanted to create this video to show you what it would look like for me on a day that I did not do groundwork. So as you can see, I'm sitting in the middle. I can feel I'm in the middle. It's not really at the trot that I feel like I have more of this issue. I feel like it's more or less at the canter, because that's a time where I have to sit, I have to be more organized, and I have to work together, and I have to balance myself. Now I'm going to use my right leg, left rein, get him out. You see, that was nice. Nice transition out. Gonna keep on going, pushing him over, my right leg, and I'm releasing it now because he's over. And remember, when you're opening a rein, you should be closing another one. We never open two reins at the same time. So it's open one rein, close another. I'm using some right leg again. Get him over, left opening rein. I am gonna give him a little slap and a kick because I want him to wake up and to understand that, we're at work. He's at work. And I'm also being present. His ears are up. He's concerned about what he hears. There are, on the other side of the fence, children at times. And he can be like, what's going on? Sometimes I do circles to make it like a little less boring. Could you imagine how it can be going around a ring all day long? Stop. All right, so I'm going to pick up the canter now. I'm going to use right opening rein and left leg. And I'm going to just show you how it can wind up sometimes being not centered. Being a little bit of a brat. So let's just get him over. Wake him up. Yep. And this way I'm centered. This is his good way. This is my good way. So I can feel him centered, squeezing him through. You want to break that point. I just started going right a little bit. I got to bring myself back in the center. Keep myself centered. Give a big kick, squeeze. Oh,